looking at Kangen and looking at what we're doing for a daily income stream. So I've been looking at quite a few different videos on YouTube and looking at some and talking to a bunch of Kangen distributors. I just met some Kangen distributors that know. It's kind of interesting because when you go into different Enagic groups and you join, you'll see all your mutual friends and everybody knows somebody who knows somebody. Danny D. McCauley, Mike Kinnett. I mean, you get these giants that are like 6A-16 or something crazy like that. So one of the things that is changed or has changed actually quite a while ago, and that's where the 97% frustration and struggle comes from with most network marketers, specifically because we are selling a product that most people who hate sales don't want to sell, and most people that are doing demos are just burning their hours, literally. They're just, you can go stand in a booth. I just had one guy in California who's waiting to join as an Exodus Elite, and one of the things that I noticed with him is, he's trying to partner up and trying to do, it's just interesting, it's almost like they have this broken record syndrome where they just keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Like they're going to sell a humongous number of Enagic machines to either end users, or maybe, somehow miraculously they're going to put on 5 to 10 new distributors that are each going to duplicate them. Never happens, won't happen. It's just like it just makes me just sit there and just shake my head and say, wow, these guys, they mean well. They're sincere in their efforts. I totally give them 100% kudos there, but they're not getting the results, and that's the biggest problem, right? I just tell somebody, watch the Kangen demo video when I help them with their back-end business, but I don't do this out the gate. The first thing that I want to do is I want to have a conversation with them. I want to find out, who they are, what they're doing, if they're open to becoming a social media marketing expert in the next 2 to 3 months. And that's really one of the things, that all of us have to come to grips with is who are the people that we're talking to. If they're existing Enagic distributors, then what we want to do is we want to take them to a place where they can see the benefits. Now, there is a guy that I will just refer to. He's been with Exodus Elite, and the interesting thing about this guy is I've talked to him way back in the beginning when I was first starting, but I want to share something with you. See if I have his video here. Well, I'll share his video in a little bit. One of the things that I wanted to show is here's something interesting when it comes to using YouTube and social media and building a social media footprint, which is what I do and what I've done for some of our team members in Enagic, that will get you some amazing results. So this is one of the things that I like to demonstrate. Now, here's a bunch of keywords. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the word, I'm going to take all these words out, and I'm just going to put in the keywords Kangen water, Enagic, Exodus Elite. Now, just those that phrase, those keywords, 1, 2, 3, there's 5 keywords there, right? Watch what happens here. This is pretty cool. And one of the cool things about this is, let's see, I got to get Google set up here. This works with Google almost all the time. So you put in Kangen water Exodus Elite, and you get, and my browser is working, of course. Just get it back so that, okay, here we go. So here is, now here's some interesting, My browser is not defaulting to Google. Oh, here we go. Now it is. Okay. So let's see if I put in. All right. So here's a couple videos that I've uploaded just to give you a sampling of how quickly your video can rank on the first page of Google. And this works pretty much for any YouTube video. So the concept is you want to use the cluster, which is Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So if we go to this one here, how to make 1K per day with Exodus Elite and boost your Enagic business, right? So notice the title here, how to make 1K per day with Exodus Elite and boost your Enagic business to 6823 or whatever. You know, you can actually, you don't even need all of these keywords. But here's the cool thing is what happens is you can put your link here, your branded link. You can put your phone number here. How to add 100K or more to your Kangen water business using the Genesis Library product by Exodus Elite. Click link. Now, when you put in Exodus Elite, if you just put in Exodus Elite in the search while you're in YouTube, what you'll do is you'll pull up a bunch of videos and you'll get videos like this guy's video, this guy, me, you know, here's mine, Exodus Elite review, this guy here, you know, you'll get a few, okay? Now the cool thing is that you can rank and get traffic, and you can post this if it has relevance to the group with Enagic. And that's one of the things that I wanted to highlight here is how you can get people who are targeted, who you're targeting. Because part of what I want people in who are Enagic distributors to understand is that they are missing a front end instant commission, daily instant commission business model. They don't have that to link to their Enagic business. All they have is their Enagic business. Now, in some cases, when you have a big team that's duplicating you and you have that little frenzy going on, for a little while, you'll get some pass-ups. You'll get some residual commissions coming from your team, but that's a lot of work, especially if you're doing meetings every week and you're helping your team and you're going and doing demos and you're really working a 50, 60 hour a week. I mean, if you talk to some of these 6A-2-3s, just to even get to that point, you know, it's very, very frustrating. Now, I talked to someone today who you know, Sean, and what's interesting is that they are very frustrated, and I was trying to help them to sign up under you, to get them to join under you. And I think they might. I think she and her husband seem like they definitely would, you know, because they've been seeing stuff. Her husband is, what's her name? Loretta is I think who it was, and her husband, they were high up 6A, you know, they were definitely making some money, and all of a sudden their team just disappeared. They just all dropped out. And she's like, you know, I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. And she's been looking at stuff that you've been sending her and that, you know, we've been posting in the group. So I said, well, she goes, is that what Sean's doing? I said, absolutely. I said, in fact, that's one of the reasons why we are helping people because of what you guys experienced. I mean, you know, to have your income go from, let's just say, 40 to 50,000 a month down to like 15,000 a month. That's a huge, you know. Now, hopefully they banked a lot of money in the meantime, but what they definitely are not seeing is that kind of duplication, right? That's it. Yep, fell apart. So what she wants to do, she had a demo, so she couldn't really talk. So what I would suggest to you is follow up with them like tomorrow or as soon as possible and get her, if you can get her and her husband, but definitely get them to look at one of these videos here that I made, like the two that I made. This one here is a really straightforward one, because what it does is it tells you, it goes into the big ticket machine, which is, you know, the SD501, and it also shows how we link Exodus Elite on the front end. So what we do is we show Enagic distributors who are already Enagic distributors how to help their team to keep them in the game. Is they link their this Exodus Elite Genesis library, where they can now have reseller rights, master reseller rights, to generate the 1K per day, keeping their back-end business alive. But when they're recruiting new people into the Enagic business, whether they have the funding or not, they can at least start training them on this new mindset, on the new habits and mindsets, because that's the key. You have to get them early before they've learned all these old habits. See, getting people to stop pitching and stop selling features and benefits and product and company is so difficult, especially when that's all that they've known and that's all they've been doing. And now, you know, because most people are not getting the results, they just can't, you know, that's why their teams dropped off, because they're not making money, they're not getting the results. It's not the way to sell on the internet. Social media doesn't work that way, as we've proven, right? So what you can do is there's a couple videos that I made, and I can give you the links. It doesn't matter. All you want to do is ideally what I would love to do is to teach everybody either how to do it or to do it you know, for them. I mean, I could obviously build it just like I did for JJ and a few others, but basically creating this footprint, this video manager that you have in your YouTube account. You know, I've already got 11 views. I just posted it just like 3 hours ago. I already got 19 views and 11 views. And one of the cool things that you can do is if you want to use Facebook. Now here's something cool that Jay Shetty does that I like, that I'd like to start teaching everybody how to use on Facebook, is when you make a video. Now you can create, and he changed his Facebook fan page to a watch page, where all he does is you can upload videos here. And what's cool is that you can use this as your video page. So now look at how Jay Shetty has this set up. So he's got all his videos here, which rank, okay? And all he does is keyword optimize them. If you want to live longer, if you want to, you know, so it's similar to YouTube in how it ranks all of them. And you can put it right here where your cover page would normally be. Now, that's something that, like I said, I'll have to have a separate training on that if you guys want to learn how to do it, or I could do it, you know, for everybody. Okay, so I'll get you guys the links. I'm just wanting to let you know that part of this strategy is to show how to link Exodus Elite as the front end bumper. So the bumper is going to put 1K per day or more into all of our Enagic distributors by linking the Genesis library to our Exodus business, because it is under the health and wellness umbrella. And the reason why I say that is because anytime you're affecting the brain, the heart, the kidneys, any of our organs, right, that's under health and wellness, because 9.5 pH balances the acid level in every human and animals. So if we can do that with the brain, hydrating the brain, then we can also affect what the brain is consciously focused on. If we can change those habits and rewire, which is part of what Dr. Joe Dispenza is teaching, is how to make get the brain to fire and wire differently than what it is now. That's not always easy, but it is something that we have, just like 9.5, you know, it isn't always easy for somebody to get themselves into a homeostasis, because it takes effort. You have to drink the water, number one. You have to stop taking in a bunch of acidic stuff in order to neutralize your body. So it's the same thing with your consciousness. You've got all these acidic thoughts, all these bad habits that you've adopted from the time you were 3 and 4 years old. There's no way it's going to all of a sudden just disappear in 24 hours. And that's part of, again, this mindset, this habit. Yeah, they're millionaire mindsets, you know, but they don't just automatically through osmosis just because you say, okay, I'm going to start doing these new habits now. So one of the things that we want to do is we want people to watch videos. YouTube and Facebook are the two number one. Now you can use Twitter. I want to just go into Twitter for a second here. Actually, let me go to my Zoom back office and let me just see where, okay, so here's Twitter. So what I'm teaching is how to add Twitter and post on Twitter and upload videos on Twitter, right? So once you have your Twitter account set up, if you don't have one, you know, definitely get one set up. And that way there, you can start hitting and adding. I think I've got, I'm trying to work it where, let's see, how many do I have here? Okay, so what Twitter is you have 140 characters, but you can upload images and you can upload videos. And then it works similar to Facebook, but if you get a piece of software, which I can give you a few different examples, and I can send you those links as well. And maybe I'll do a training just on how to do scheduled posts. So what happens is you post to your Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook when it's a video. Because Facebook will automatically, when you get subscribers to your Facebook account, it will automatically send the subscribers the new video. You probably noticed that yourself. There is this little bell here. Every time somebody, you know, subscribes to you, you get a little ding. Every time somebody sends you or uploads a new video that you've subscribed to, you know, it'll send you a little notification. And the point of having YouTube is that you can also use live stream with YouTube. So it's similar to Facebook Live, except it's a little more, there's a little more structure to it. It's not like you just, you know, hit live and you just start talking. You actually have a little bit more structure, and you can do live invitations as well. You can schedule a live event, which with Facebook Live, it's not. It's just on the spot, whereas YouTube lets you structure it so you can schedule it, and you can also upload different videos that you've saved on your hard drive. So that's the cool thing. You know, again, this is what I've been doing. So I have all the tools, all the software. You know, I charge clients to do all this crap. But if somebody wants to learn how to do it, you've got to get, you know, yourself the tools. You got to get yourself the software. You know, anything can be learned. It's just a question if you want to, or if you want to pay somebody to do it for you. You know, so that's essentially what I try to, you know, make it so that you can learn some of the basic things, but it is stuff that if you're going to, just like Enagic, you know, if you're going to learn all the different pHs and what they do, and learn which waters, you know, like Aquafina and Dasani and 7-Up, I mean, you know, there's certain liquids that we use to test with pH and to show, you know, the different pHs and what they're drinking versus 9.5 and what it turns to, and, you know, the benefits of it when you're doing the demo. And obviously the way I would structure it, if you want, is to create your own demos, meaning that you just need to keyword load your YouTube, and I can teach you how to do that. So you could do demos anywhere. You could do a demo, you know, at your house, you could do it at someone else's house, but the idea of uploading it on YouTube, and the more videos you upload, and there's a knack to it, because what you have to remember, like I could do this one video that I made and I can upload it 20 different times, but I have to change the title, because the keywords in the title are what gets searched by Google and other search engines. And also when you post on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, that's one of the keys, right? So, you know, all of a sudden people are searching on your videos based on the keywords, and you want to put in keywords that people are actually searching for. And the only way you can know what those keywords are is you have to go to Google and you put in, like, if you put in Enagic, well, let's see, if you put in Kangen water pH, and you can just see what some of the searches are. So there's 414,000 results. And then what you do is you go down and you look at the videos and you see what videos people are actually searching. Now this video was made in 2011. This one was made in 2013. This one was made in 2017. You get what's going on here, right? So you can see benefits of Kangen water, pH alkaline level, Kangen water demo alkalinity, Kangen water pH, right? Now, if you create videos, you want to keyword them, title them similar, and don't make them long. Like these videos are too long, okay? The shorter the video, the better. And what is interesting is when you create the video, and I'm going to show you something that a lot of times people forget to do the basics. Now this guy got 1,144 views since April of 2017. So what you want to look at is what he actually has in his description. He doesn't have anything. This guy has no clue what he's doing, right? He has a nice background, you know, nice little kitchen there. Unfortunately, he doesn't really utilize this YouTube account. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. It's unconscious incompetence, okay? Might have a great demo, but that's all it is a demo. And he's wasted, you know, 2 minutes and 38 seconds because he doesn't optimize this YouTube channel. Has no clue what to do. I'm going to show you how to optimize that really quick, just to give you a sample. Okay, so here's an optimized YouTube, right? So you want to put it, so it's going to take today's date when you publish it. You want to publish it as a public video. You want to keyword the title so that people who are searching are the most common search terms. And you want to put in your branded link. Now, I could put in more links here. I could put in my Facebook, okay? The category, you know, you would put it in either health or education. And if I want to change the category, I can just go in here and I can go down to category and I can just change it. If the category is health, then you change it into health. If it's education, you know, whatever the category is, you can go in and you can adjust that category. All right, and then just hit save changes. So I'm going to go ahead and just put health. Where's health? Let's see. Okay, this one. All right, this one, for some reason, I want to just change this. Let's see. Date. All right, so, all right, that's that. Comments. All right, so that's pretty much it now. Yeah, so it looks like science and technology. Or you can leave it under education. For some reason, okay, so now it's got, no, I got 14 views, okay. So it just keeps track of how many views you have. Once you upload it here, if you want to download it again, say you want to upload it to YouTube or something, if you have it here, you can download it as an MP4 and then upload it to YouTube as a video. Or what I typically do, just to make it easy, is just take the link and share. and then just copy the link to Facebook, and then you can just put the link anywhere on Facebook. So you know, just post it. You can post it on Facebook, and that is pretty straightforward. So that's how easy that would be. So that's the key on how to optimize. Again, one of the things that I'm focused on is getting people who are Enagic distributors to connect or link a front-end income stream to their Enagic business. And that front-end income stream is this. And here is something to focus on. So Exodus Elite has paid out over $5 million in commissions in 4 years, okay? That's huge, guys. They paid out over $5 million in just over 4 years. Paul Stevenson is the founder, the CEO, and he is an active, he's on the front lines, he's making changes and add-ons every single day. This is why you need to understand how serious the Exodus Elite Genesis Library connection front-end commission earning potential is to an Enagic distributor who doesn't have a sustainable income. That's why when you take this serious, guys, there is no way that somebody would not want to add this. For $13.50, they can convert this. If they don't have the SD501, if they're not a distributor yet, that's what they need to get. They need to get into Exodus Elite and link it to their Enagic business, because it will train them on how to sell without selling. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, that music should be gone, right? Can you still hear it? All right. So those are the things that I wanted to focus on. Again, remember, Exodus, the Exodus payout right now, from what I'm seeing, and others who are leaving other business opportunities and joining Exodus Elite because it has the best front-end income payout. That is one of the best things that I've heard. That, to me, when others are saying that they're leaving their other business opportunities to join Exodus Elite as a front-end cash producing opportunity, that tells me more than I need to know. And that just reinforces what I've already found out for myself, you know? And that's why I'm telling you guys, if you can pass that on, watch this video, watch this a few times, and this video, I mean, if you watch it through at least 2 times, 2 or 3 times, you'll really appreciate. And then go to YouTube and type in, like I said, type in Exodus Elite. Here's a guy, he's from Wisconsin. And let me think of his name here. What is his name? I think it's this guy right here. Yeah, is this the guy that I talked to? Yeah, Dan Froelich, I think is his name. He made over 100,000 with Exodus Elite. Now, he was in a couple other business opportunities. Pure Profit Pro was one of them. He was in Easy One Up. A couple of those just never really made the kind of money. And then when Exodus revised its compensation plan to the 100, 250, 500,000, and all the ways that you can profit, that it just took it to a whole nother level. And he dropped his other business opportunities and put 100% of his efforts in that. And that's because we have, in the Genesis program, we have something that is difficult for a lot of other companies to use and to understand. In fact, I put it in here in this video. Let's see, right here. this is what I focus on with Enagic distributors. If you can remember this phrase, if you are looking to start your own business, which most people who have not joined Enagic are looking to do, or boost their existing Enagic business, that's the key phrase. When you're looking at talking with existing Enagic distributors that are frustrated, that are struggling, that make up 97% of those that are not the Danny D. McCauley's, making 7 figures plus a year. When they're looking at dropping out of Enagic, or they're looking at doing something else, Bitcoin, like a lot of guys in Enagic left Enagic to put money into Bitcoin, but that's a even slower back-end business because it takes a lot longer for your money to turn into something profitable. And again, it's not like they have a crystal ball. You can't control the market, because I used to be a broker. And I could never tell people, oh yeah, you're going to put in 2,000 and you're going to get, 500,000 out in 5 or 6 or 7 years. I don't know what the market's going to do. I mean, historically it might do that. It could do that, but I don't have a crystal ball. Here we have control. You decide and you control how much effort you put in, that you will get the results. And that's why I say existing Enagic distributors are the easiest ones. So like Christy, you join as a G1000 under Sean. Now what happens once you pay your 1,000, Sean is now going to work with you to get you qualified. It's going to be easy for you now to get that 1,000 back, plus get qualified and get your second one done. Again, this is the key. Who is in Enagic that doesn't want to boost their existing business right now for $1,350 and take it to the next level, take it to a 6+ figure income per year? They'd have to be crazy. But again, people have egos, and that's one of the things that stands in most of their way. Or if they're starting a brand new business, let's say somebody wants to start an Enagic business, I would put them through for $1,350 here first and tell them we're going to help them get into their Enagic business, because basically they can fund their Enagic business by making and doing the work that we do and showing them how to connect the videos, how to use the same social media footprint that I'm building and that I've built, and that I'm teaching everybody to have the same funnel. It's what we call a social media marketing funnel that works. Has the multi-exposure nurturing follow-up, which has about 10 follow-up emails that go when somebody opts in, puts their name and their email in, it sends them a follow-up email 10 of those times. And then there's other things on Facebook that we teach them how to do posts, and we teach them also how to follow up with groups and joining different groups and going and adding them as friends, requesting their friendship, and then going into their pain and finding out, how to build a rapport with them, learning how to change their way of thinking. See, only those people that are open-minded, willing to change their way of thinking. I look at these existing Enagic guys, and I know there was a bunch of Enagic demos that went on this weekend. I know the people that put them on, and I will be willing to bet $100, $200 that nobody made any sales. Nobody made any sales. They just went out there, because I did it for 3 months straight. And I know it's frustrating as heck when you give out thousands of gallons of water and nobody's buying. Nobody wants to spend $3,800. Number one, those are mostly people who are even just thinking about a customer purchase, just being a user. And I don't want to waste my time with users. I would rather spend all of my time with a producer, somebody who wants to start a business, and that's who we really need to focus on. You will only attract the people that you're focusing in your mind on. If your focus is on product sales only, that's all you're going to attract. And that's the struggle, because nobody's getting up and handing out $4,000 purchases to buy what they perceive is an overpriced water filter. And that's the problem. People aren't stupid, man. They think, oh yeah, I'm going to spend $4,000. Well, I'm going to buy my kid a car before I do that, or I'm going to use that money to, take a vacation or whatever. They don't think of their health right away because they might be in a decent condition. They might not be unhealthy at the moment. So that's not their pain. You got to find out what their pain is and solve that first. And most people's pain is they don't make enough money. They don't make enough money. So that's what you have to really look at, what their pain is, and then get them over themselves to say, okay, now how would you like to start a back-end business? Now that we helped you start your front-end business and start popping out $1,000 commissions, how would you like to have a back-end 7-figure potential income? And we'll show you how to do that, because that's the key with the Genesis product library. That's what it offers, and that's what I put together here. So, watch this video if you haven't already watched it. It goes through exactly how we should do this is for Enagic now, okay? This is strictly, I've changed my whole focus is to help people join Enagic and become distributors. That's what these videos are designed. And what I did is I linked the Exodus product because that is the front end, and I linked it to the back end. Does that make sense? So if you guys can watch this, understand that. And Christy, I want to just say welcome to the team as a G1000, because I know Sean's going to be an awesome sponsor. He is one of the top referrers. I know you're going to be great with him. And Sean, call Loretta and get with her tomorrow, because I think she's like primed. I tried to do all I could to prime it, get them in. And then let's see, Tuesday we'll do a training. What's today? Sunday, Monday. Tuesday we'll do a training. And I'd like to be able to welcome those two and congratulate Christy for joining as a G1000 member, and also for Loretta and her husband as joining as a G1000 member, because they can work together as a team too. And then shoot me any emails or any questions. I will post this video, will be recorded, so it's going to be up in just about 20 minutes or so, because it takes that long just to upload. And so you can look for it in the Quantum Leadership. Anybody that's in Quantum Leadership, just add them. If they're not in there yet, add them. I had a few great conversations today with a few. And let's really help these people to make their front-end business start producing for them. Because if they can't produce income on the front end, guys, they ain't going to produce anything on the back end. It just ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just, let's make it easy for them. Let's get them going into baby steps with the front end stuff. Most people are going to have to come in at the G1000, because here's the deal, guys. Because the G100, the G250, the G500, because they're Enagic distributors, we are focused on helping Enagic distributors. And because we're helping them with the big ticket machine item, we're going to help them. They have to come in as a G1000 member, which is the 1350. Once they come in at that level, we will help them exclusively boost and fund, if they're not already an SD501 owner, we'll help them to fund their SD501, showing them how to do it. And that's the key. If they're not an Enagic person and they're not interested in Enagic, or they just want to come in at whatever level, they're on their own. I mean, they can come in at a 250, at a 500, but we're not going to help. They're not going to get all the benefits and the bonuses, because we give them about $4,000 or $5,000 worth of modules when they come in as a G1000. And that's essentially, with the 90-day, they get mentored, they get your support, of course, and we show them how to do a lot of the social funnel building, which that's the way to do it today, is set up their entire footprint. So I hope that this helps a little bit. They have to have some big goals. I want people to understand that having goals is really the next step in visualize to materialize. You have to visualize this stuff. You have to have specific goals, like, how much you want to make in 30 days. What kind of car do you want to drive? What trips you want to take? Where do you want to travel to? Think bigger, think big. I mean, you want to buy a big ticket machine, you got to have big visualization. You have to have big ticket visualization or big items, you know, because we're following a 10K blueprint. And that's the difference. You know, we don't want to just make people, sometimes they forget. It's like, oh, I just want to make enough money to pay my bills. That's all you're going to get, man. That's all you're going to get is just enough to pay your bills. You got to think outside of that. You got to think bigger than that. And that's what's the problem is most people, they think too small. You know, oh, I just want to have enough just to buy my machine. I just want to make enough just to, you know, they have to be taught how to think differently. And that's where the mindset comes in of these millionaires. So they get to have access to 20 swipe files, 20 millionaires that have made 7 figures and 8 figures in network marketing. And their success is basically a blueprint. We just have to follow and get into their mindset and learn their habits and behavior. So let's go ahead and start popping out have some 1K days. And when you have a 1K day, I'm going to publish it. I'm going to push it up. I'm going to put it out there. All right, guys. So thank you, man. So basically it's 90 days. You're going to bring in, you're going to get your traffic. They're going to be captured. We follow up with them, keep adding value, videos, different posts, content, and you will have high quality leads, whether they're already in Enagic or whether they're joining Enagic. That's the difference, right? So let's build this funnel. If you guys want to have this funnel, build this funnel. Awesome. Have a great night. Peace
Thank you, Joe.
out. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Christy.